Hi, today for Sharing Life, I want to talk about seeking help. Seeking help. I remember once after my junior high school education, I noticed that I had a very, very bad composure when it came to my mom. I don't know, but then growing up, I had this desires and I expected my mom to be my God when she's human. Well, eventually I learned some years later that my mother could not have given me the kind of love that I was expecting her to give me, but God Himself. And so, but then in JHS, I didn't know that anyway. But then I hated my mom with passion. It was a love-hate situation. I love my mom, and for me at that time, I felt like I was the only one who was entitled to hurt my mom. Whoever tried to hurt my mom would have to face me. It was that bad. It was serious, actually. So I when I noticed that wasn't a good thing, I remember I spoke to a friend. Her name is Venice, and I told her, okay, this is what's happening, and I don't know what to do. So she said, okay, why don't you speak to our priest? At that time, his name was Father Raymond. So I remember approaching him. I had to sleep at the mission house at a point. I remember going there and telling him that, Father, this is what is happening, and I'm struggling, and I need you to help me forgive my mom for whatever she has done. I don't know what she has done, but then I need you to help me forgive her because I was so embittered towards my mom. I think that day I had to sleep at the mission house. The following day we spoke. I cried. He gave me some scriptures and proverbs to read and all that for me to gain some perspective on why I had to forgive my mom. And that was what happened with regards to my mom. That was the genesis of my story with my mom, me seeking redress and all that. Then a few days back, I was reading, in fact last week I was reading a book by Dr. Maya Angelou, something related to her relationship with her mom. And I recall once there's this part of the book where she says that once she was in her room and her son walked in, and she just imagined her grabbing her son and opening the window and they jumping out. And so immediately that thought came to her, and she sacked her son, rushed to the psychiatric, went to see someone to tell him that, the doctor to tell him that, this my thoughts concerning myself and my son, and I need help. Well, she didn't actually go there. When she got there, she couldn't say. She ended up weeping, and then she went to see another person whom she told that, I feel like if I don't take her, I might kill myself and my son, and I need help. Why am I saying this? I think that most of us there's this thing about secrecy. The devil likes it when we are secret about the things that are going on around us. I don't know, but there's this thing, don't talk about what's going on. Be quiet about it. It will work itself out. And no, that doesn't help. Actually, it doesn't help. And on Tuesday, when I was going for Mass in the evening, it was something that was really deep in my heart that I need to share about. Seeking help. I remember in my first year in the university, I was in a very, very terrible place. And I didn't know how bad it was till I actually found help, and I noticed that it was a very, very, very bad place I was in. I remember how at times I could wake up and instead of going to class, I'll be sitting on my bed and I'll just be crying. And I remember my roommate Jemima, she'll be saying, Mary, what's wrong? Mary, what's wrong? And I'll just be crying, But you don't know how serious your condition is till you start talking about it. And so, yes, we have to pray. We have to pray to God to help us. But I believe that after we have spoken to God about it, He gives us wisdom on who to speak to about the condition we find ourselves in. First and foremost, seek help from God. But I know that there is wisdom from above that directs us to who to speak to afterwards. Because God uses men. And we need to be open and vulnerable enough to share our problems with people. So find a tribe. Everybody needs a tribe. I call a tribe is a group of people that you can trust. I have my tribe and I have my pillars. My tribe are usually people within my age range or a little ahead of me, whom I call they are my support group. And then aside my tribe, I have my pillars. My parents are part of my pillars. I have spiritual leaders who are part of my pillars. These are people I speak to and I seek their counsel on a lot of things. And so I don't know who this is for. I don't know what you're going through. But I think it's enough with you holding in and you trying to solve your issues by yourself. It's time for you to seek help. It's time for you to seek help. You can't give so much life from a broken pot. Of course, you'll be leaking life from sides, but then at the end of the day, you are empty and he might just dry up and that's it for you. And the saddest thing is when you are given life, you are broken and you are given parts of yourself, but you are broken and you need someone to mend you up. You need God to mend you through people so that you be overflowing life rather than leaking life from broken pieces. Okay. Yes, our brokenness is important. Our messages are sometimes attached to our brokenness, but then we also have to come to that point where we understand that I need help. So I always address this to people who are pursuing destinies, people who are living the life they've been called to, people in ministry, people who are doing great and mighty things on this earth. Yes, you are doing these things, but then if you know that you are not in a very good place at this moment, seek help. Pray to God, have your pillars, have your tribe, and be willing and open to being vulnerable and to be honest with the fact that you are not having everything figured out and you are broken and you are hurt and you need help. And help will come if you are willing to accept it. So many times people want to help you, but then you are not willing to accept the help that is available unto you, and so you keep being broken. But trust me when I say that there is a greater measure of life you would give out when your love and your life is overflowing than when you are broken. And so God bless you, and I pray that if this message is for you, that you begin to take action, positive action for your growth. Amen, and God bless you. Bye.